Well, excuse me, everyone, but today I'm going to be reviewing Saw. And you might be asking, well, Drew, you hear some wild children. I'm at an apartment building. It's my home. And there are brats outside making noise. But today I'm going to be reviewing the first film in the Saw franchise. Kicking off May of Saw. Crappy name, I know. But time to go into the positives of this film. The traps. The traps in this film are incredible. From the reverse bear trap, these traps aren't as gory as the later ones. Though I will tell you something that makes me uncomfortable. I don't like how Dr. Gordon saw his own foot off. It's cool how he has to do that. You do have to wonder how sadly Adam never survived. Because it is revealed that Adam did survive, but Amanda comes and kills him by strangling him. I find out she rigged the game by putting the key on his stomach, where Jigsaw says the key to your chains is in the bathtub. Which is sad because Adam was one of my favorite characters. He should have survived. But that's that. Also, see, this is what really started James Wan's career, along with Leigh Whannell, his career too. Just to see this film start everything for them. And to think of it, they've created some amazing movies since. They've created the Conjuring franchise, the Insidious franchise. But I think Saw will always be the best of those films. In a time where the 90s had struck us with self-aware horror films like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer, it was time for a fresh new take on the horror genre. And Saw, I think, was really that kicker. Each horror decade and story is filled with its own thing. We all know the 30s and the 40s were the classic Universal monster films. The 50s were the sci-fi horror films, like The Blob, the original The Fly, the original Thing, many more. The 60s were really the beginning of the slasher genre with movies like Psycho, and the beginning of the zombie films genre, like The Night of the Living Dead. But I really believe in the late 70s and the 80s are known as the slasher years. In the 90s, self-aware, and in the 2000s, torture porn. And with these films, I won't say Saw is the best of the series. I think Saw 2 may be better, but as you might notice, I think after Saw 5, that's when the series started to destroy itself. Some could argue after Saw 4, but these films, I think when Saw 6 and 7, they're bad. But Jigsaw is a really good film, I think. It's really what brought this film back to its true high notes. Once I'm done reviewing this series, just to give you a little teaser, I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars films. That's kind of to bring back my idea of reviewing films. Saw 2's review will be out tomorrow, Saw 3's will be out Tuesday, Saw 4's Wednesdays, Saw 5's Thursdays, Saw 6's Friday. And we'll finish the series with Jigsaw on next Sunday. And to be clarified, I'm only going to be reviewing the first 6 of the saga. I'll go back and review the 3 new trilogy films in June. But, yes. So, have I seen the Book of Spiral yet? The Book of Saw, I meant? No, I haven't. Might be asking somebody your age watching Saw. It'll explain something. When my childhood, I grew up watching Supernatural. And, I also I liked a lot of horror films like Friday the 13th and Halloween. My background, I have my Halloween NECA figures, Laurie and Loomis. But yeah, so I watched Saw about when I was 7 because I enjoyed them. I enjoy those films a lot, and they don't sicken me. Of course, it's sick what Jigsaw does, but the the traps. There's only one that ever sickened me. That one is the one in Saw 2 where Mike cut under his eye. That's the one that scares, that sickens me the most. It makes me sick the most. Although the one from Saw 7, where they go like the hooks. It has to have this thing pulled out from her. Also feels always. I'll talk about this in Saw 7 more, but my review for Saw 7. But so it's kind of unfair that Hoffman kidnaps this guy's poor wife, Bobby's poor wife, just because I don't see that. But again, I don't see most Jigsaw's ways either. So that concludes my review for. I went into more of the Saw series, so I should go back to talk about. So let's talk about the story of this original film. Saw it begins with the infamous bathroom trap and gives him that's what the one with Mike, or no, not Mike. The guy is covered in flammable gas and he's to use the candle very carefully. That's a cool one. But the barbed wire trap, it's not really. I get it. That one doesn't freak me out. But also the stuff with David Tapp and the other police officer, where they have to go to the warehouse, is really cool. And the finale, where you actually find John Kramer, the guy in the middle of the room, is one of the best twists ever. And his ending catchphrase, "Game over," is still my favorite horror catchphrases. And when Logan said at the end of Saw, or Jigsaw, or Saw, "I speak for the dead," I was like, no, you say "game over." You say "game over," not "yeah, I speak for the dead." I'll talk more about what my problems with that line when we get to the Jigsaw review, which will be not soon. It's going to be next Saturday or Sunday. Next Sunday, yes. But yeah, this video is I'm not going to stretch it to 10 minutes. This is all I have to say about Saw 1. For the rating, and so let's go on a different one. Out of 10 out of 10, I'd give it 10 Belly the Puppets on tricycles out of 10. And for another rating star, I'd say 5 reverse bear traps out of 5. See you all. Stay healthy. Don't catch anything. Goodbye.